All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. I am Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
All right, and we got Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
All right, Rob will be taking all your questions, concerns, burns, whatever you want to throw in there. Slap it to Rob. Memes, yeah, throw some memes. Do whatever you want. We let our chat have some fun here. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and get questions sent over to us. We're going to be answering a lot of new questions when it comes to new Pioneer, new Standard as well. As always, don't forget we are sponsored by Star City Games as well as Carnox Chairs. So if you want to pick up a gaming chair of your own, go to carnox.com/SCG. You'll get 10% off. And we're continuing our Pioneer exploration here with Theros Beyond Death. We're kind of jumping into, I'm playing what I think is going to be kind of the boogeyman. Looking forward to Richmond and the Players Tours will be our next showcase of Pioneer. And kind of a Pioneer on the big stage and then the biggest stage, you know? I mean, we're really going to see Pioneer take off. And one thing I fear is we're going to see Pioneer get ruined. Whenever the pros get a hold of a new format like Modern or something, you get, you know, Eldrazi Winter, you know, you get all these decks that end up being the best. Because let's get real. Although I think Chunky Red is a good deck, do I think this is going to be the best deck after the Players Tour? No, I do not. And it is the best deck on MTG Goldfish right now, but I think it's very explodable, and I think there's going to be ways to beat that deck. It's going to be on everybody's radar going into the Players Tour. Anytime you have the #1 MTG Goldfish as far as 5-0s, that's what people are going to try to be beating or join if they can't beat them. I'm not a part of the it's unbeatable plan, even though I do love casting a good old Glory Bringer, and I do think that's one of the best cards in the format. But Theros Beyond Death is going to shake stuff up. We're going to have Heliod. I played on my Dropping Bombs your updated Dredgeless, which I'm super high on, which I'm sure you are with the Pioneer Tournament as well.
Definitely.
So it's going to be interesting coming into Richmond.
Maybe seeing that one a little bit later in the show. But
really?
You're going to be on Azorius Control here with the new Prognostic Sphinx /
Dreamweaver.
It just does a lot.
It does, yeah.
Can you pull this card up?
I'm doing that right now.
It's a 3/5 lifelink, maybe Vigilance. You can discard a card against Hexproof.
No Vigilance.
Okay, just lifelink?
Flying lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, Dream Trawler gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Whenever it attacks, draw a card.
That's
discard
right.
a card against Hexproof until end of turn. Tap it.
It's going to be nice.
Yes, it's got that Prognostic Sphinx ability, and that was a card that was a dominant card in its block constructed format.
Oh, in this block.
It was the control finisher of choice in Theros block constructed. Yeah. There were these like Sultai control decks. Saw a little bit of play in standard. It was a good card. Wasn't a great card in standard. Yeah. But this is a very souped up version of that card. You know, it's the mana costs a little heavier, but in Azorius it should be fine. Costs 1 more mana, but that lifelink aspect of it makes it a much better blocker and just stabilizing force against aggressive decks. That's really important. Yeah,
and the fact that it can be killed when it comes into play. That combination of lifelink and hexproof is very important.
And then it's a card draw engine, so you know it's not going to get bounced or tucked by the Teferis. It's not going to get killed by a Fry even because it gets hexproof. So the uncounterable clause isn't relevant there. Most of the removal doesn't even deal with it anyway because of 5 toughness. And once you untap with it, you're drawing an extra card a turn. You're draining them for 4, maybe more, or draining them for 5.
Oh, because is it?
Whenever you draw, it gets bigger, and then when you attack, it draws. You draw for turn, you attack, you draw again. It's attacking as a 5/5.
And I mean, that's not to say that I'm not playing any of 8 Teferis, or, able to draw any more cards in a blue-white control deck, which you best believe I can. Teferi Hero of Dominarian play. That's coming in for 6 lifelink. So that could be the real deal. Yeah. I'm playing 3 of them, which I do think is probably one too many, but we really wanted to showcase some of the new cards here. So I want to draw it. I want to see how it is. And I don't want it to be in these 7, but I want it to be like, right there, 4 cards down or something.
I think this card is going to cause these Azorius decks to go down like 1 Teferi Hero of Dominaria, cut the 1 Sphinx's Revelation they've all been playing, and maybe find room for a 3rd if it's great. Yeah. But I think 2 is the minimum, and those are the 2 slots for it. And so we're just not going to see Sphinx's Revelation in these Azorius decks. Yeah. I understand you want to like Sphinx's Rev with this in play so that you get to like pump it a bunch and attack, but that's just overkill.
Yeah, we don't need to be doing that.
It's super fun.
Sphinx's Rev is not making the impact that a lot of people thought. People were like, we need to ban this card. It's like, no.
It's just a little bit too fast, a little faster than standard. So
exactly.
I'm going to be playing another sort of devotion deck. This is similar to the mono green devotion decks that we've seen a lot, but it is splashing black for Doomwake Giant, and it's playing this Constellation sub theme with a lot of enchantments from old Theros block and now the Theros Beyond Death. We've got our Eidolon of Blossoms, our Coursers of Krufix, we've got our Doomwake Giants. That was the package that I played years ago at an open in New Jersey, and did quite well with the deck. It was a thing for about a month after that. And then Devotion decks sort of disappeared for a while and then came back with Dragon Lord Atarka.
Okay.
The following spring.
And that's when I came back to Magic, because I played the green-white Devotion. Yeah.
That was right as the Devotion decks were coming back.
Yeah, nice Sam Black Brew back in the day, and did quite well with it. That deck was messed up.
Yeah. But the Doomwake Giant in that early format, there was a lot of low to the ground aggro decks, and you would just go like Elf, Caryatid, Doomwake Giant. Okay, you're dead.
Yeah.
If anybody was playing Hordling Outburst, forget about it.
Yeah.
So we've got some new additions to the deck from Theros Beyond Death. We've got Wolf Willow Haven, which is sort of the new wild growth. Does a nice third accelerant on top of the mana creatures. It's also an enchantment, so sometimes it'll draw you extra cards. At the end of the game, it becomes a wolf for some amount of mana.
Sure.
I don't know.
I think 5 or something.
Yeah,
but
kind of irrelevant.
Should be interesting. Before we kick this off, Rob, let's answer one question here before we get this game going. What we're thinking about our hands.
All right. What do you feel about? How do you feel about the mono green lists in Pioneer?
The mono green like kind of devotion ramps.
Do you know what they look like now? They're like kind of devotion, kind of aggro.
Okay.
They're all playing Aspect of Hydra and like 4 Galta.
Wow.
And a bunch of questing beasts and like 4 Surrock. So they're kind of they're kind of blending green devotion and the Simic aggro deck that used to exist before Oko was banned.
Yep, I have seen those lists a little bit as well. I mean, I think Galta is one great, just a great card right now. It's a really tough thing to deal with, as well as Yarvo. I think is really good as well. So I think that deck's real. I think that's a good beatdown deck. I think it's very vulnerable to wrath effects.
Yeah,
as well as like Elder Deep Fiend from
also really dependent on having a mana creature on turn 1 and having it live. So
like, is it Phoenix with all their shocks and stuff too? Can slow them down just enough.
Stomp some Wild Slashes out of the red deck and Chain Whirler now.
Yeah, Young Pyromancer just goes off against that deck. So I don't know. I would say that's not the deck that I'm going to be looking at as far as what to play for this next Mythic Championship. But you never know.
I love me an Aspect of Hydra, but that deck I think has some issues.
Yeah. All right, how's your hand?
His hand does not have any issues. It is perfectly fine.
My hand is quite bad. I have some mana issues as well as some of my cards are just bad, so I'm going to mulligan.
My deck also contains from Theros Beyond Death, we got Dryad of Elysian Grove.
Oh, yeah.
Card I like normally in a deck with a lot more lands than this, but because you have Courser and because you're drawing a lot of extra cards, you tend to have a glut of lands in your hand, so you can take advantage of its ability.
Yep.
I also like that it turns all your lands into forest for Nissa. So normally Nissa is pretty bad once you start to splash because you just have to play these dual lands that aren't forests. Now that issue is mitigated. And then we got a couple copies of Setestan Champion just to supplement Eidolon of Blossoms as a card draw engine because you really want to get one of those going.
All right, well, our mulligan to 6 here is really bad, but do I take a risk here or do I go to 5? 5 with mono or with blue-white control is a little rough, but having just a 1-lander being a plains, I'm going to mulligan again. Yeah, good mulligan. So we're down to 5. Route.
Can we get some 3 chants in the chat?
3 is, that's respectable.
3.
All right, let's answer one more question while I mulligan into Oblivion.
All right, when you two play tennis, who usually wins?
We never, this is kind of sad to admit, but we really don't keep score. We were so moderate that we needed to get back up before we actually start playing games.
Yeah.
So
we are casual tennis players.
Yeah.
Also, neither of us serves very consistently, so a set would probably just be embarrassing.
I think we can agree on one thing. My fiance usually comes. We can agree on one thing. We both beat her. So sorry, Tor, throwing some shade on you here.
Good thing you have a comfortable couch.
Good thing she doesn't watch versus live.
I'm definitely telling her. Somebody clip this, send it to me.
No! I don't like my couch. It's bad.
It is very comfortable.
It's very bad. Okay, we're going to keep this. Sorry, our new Dream Trawler. We're going to have to put that to the bottom.
Yeah, that's not one you want in a 5-card opener.
No, not really. And then other cards, I think I'm going to put this unplayable Magic card to the bottom. I don't think that's going to be great in this matchup. And then let's try here. This is going to be a little rough.
I'll start on an Elvish Mystic.
Alrighty. I will draw and land go.
Oh, throw my deck around.
Throw it around.
Ooh, that's a good one. Let's play Courser.
That's a pretty good one.
Pass the turn.
All right, I will opt.
I would have liked Citizen Champion and Courser in the other order, but...
Let me just give that one a quick read here. Oh, yeah, whenever an enchantment. Okay. So, this isn't exactly what we want, but we do want this at some point, so I think we're going to keep this one. Untap, draw, take 2, and pass to you.
Somebody has a Syncopate, maybe an Azorius Charm.
Could be anything. Could be 2 opts.
Okay, let's play this land and gain a
pretty
life.
good, yeah.
21.
Okay.
And I don't mind you Azorius Charming this one, but I don't want to get the Elf Charmed.
Yep, okay. I'll go to 16.
16, and then leaving up the Elf also lets me cast this
Okay.
and not get got by Syncopate. Pass
That
turn.
resolves.
No cycled Azorius Charm, so that really says Syncopate to me.
Hey, you don't know my life.
Okay,
A lawnmower on top.
Elf. I feel like I'm about to get verdicted. So do I want to do nothing, or do I want to Genesis Hydra, lose a lot to a verdict, but maybe draw a card if I hit an enchantment, and maybe draw a card if I have a land after it? I think going for it makes sense. I've got, 4 green off this, and then 6 mana. I guess I have to do it for 5 if I want to hit the land. What's the difference between an X equals 3 and an X equals 4? I've got a lot of 3s.
One number. That's one number. 4 minus 3 is 1, so yeah.
It's just how many 3s I have. I've got quite a bit. I've got 4 Coursers. I've got 3 Dryads. I've got 2 Citizen Champions.
Okay.
2 of them are in play, so it's 7 more cards I can hit.
Spin the dice.
And if I hit the Champion, or the Citizen or Dryad of Elysian Grove, I get to draw a card off the Citizen Champion and play a second land. So I think I should go for it. I'm going to gain a life.
Okay.
I'm at 22.
Gotcha.
I am going to make 4 green with the Nykthos, and then 2 more. Play a Genesis Hydra 4 and trigger it.
So that's a cast trigger, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let me think here.
Okay. Trigger on the stack.
Otherwise, it's just a 4/4, right?
Yep.
And the creature goes into play. I haven't played a lot with this.
It's non-land permanent, I believe, if I remember. I did play, non-land. I did play quite a bit with this, and I hit some Xenagoses and other things with it.
Yeah. I'm going to actually disallow the trigger.
You have disallow in your deck?
Sure do.
Feel bads.
The feel bads. No flipping for you.
Jesus. Most of these lists are just on some absorbs.
Yeah, this one's getting a little froggy.
Well, Corey definitely has verdict, and so attack you to 13.
Okay.
You can go.
I got myself at 12. Oh, that's a 1/3. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. So I will go to 13, and we will draw and verdict.
It looks like a 4-for-1, but the Courser got me a card. The Hydra traded 1-for-1 already, so it's really a 2-for-1, which is not the worst.
And then I'll pass to you.
And I was okay having Corey tap out for that because I have a Nissa in my hand. So let's do that.
That's pretty good maneuvering, then, I have to say.
I'll just animate the Llanowar Waste and attack you for 3.
Down to 9.
And then I'll take a point and cast this Elvish Mystic.
Okay. Yeah, and these are the points where I just hate playing blue-white control so much. It's like you just can't beat that, you know?
You're at 10, right? Because you were at 13?
I'm at 10.
So 10 to 21.
All right, so we're so very dead, but we're going to go with a Narset.
Are you minusing said Narset?
Yeah. We're going to try to get something here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get another one of these, and I'll pass to you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not terrible. Something to keep us alive, maybe? So we're at 10.
Yeah, as long as I keep drawing lands, I'm pretty fine just losing them. Because as soon as this ultimates, then it's Corey just can't win. So let's animate, and I'll send one land at the Narset, and then Elf and other land at you.
Okay.
So you go to 6.
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
Heinous play on Ross's part there. If he just pressures me, Supreme Verdict doesn't keep me alive. So definitely go to face and put me at 3 in a situation like that. It's going to not matter, at all, but it's just a lights out situation in that play. So yeah, we'll go with the Verdict to stay alive. And then I'll pass to you. 6, gonna go to 3, and now we're still gonna be in a lot of trouble.
So I have 1 forest only. So this is 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. So I can't cast both of these. But I will want to get this one onto the battlefield. So this is 5 mana.
Okay.
Let's cast a Doomwake Giant.
Sure.
Just because it's another lethal attacker for next turn.
Yep.
And now I'll animate this Nykthos. Probably should have done that before the verdict, actually.
Yeah.
And attack you for 3.
Okay.
Wasn't
down to 3.
Pass the turns. Now he kind of needs another verdict and an answer to Nissa.
Yeah. So I don't think there's any combination here. Yep, you got this one.
Nissa, too good.
Yeah, Nissa's unreal. It's just a card that once it resolves against blue-white control, it's over. It doesn't matter. The constant stream of haste threats is far too good. So
Yeah.
But that's one reason why I personally don't like blue-white control as much. I know a lot of other people that are really high on it. But, you know, I mean, certain matchups you're probably going to do pretty well with. But I just hate those matchups where you're like, okay, I just don't have an answer for everything cleanly. And, I mean, when you have to play, like, Azorius Charm, just a horrible card instead of, like, Path, which actually does deal with everything, that's when blue-white control used to be a lot better. But, you know, also Nissa wasn't around, so I'm not a huge believer, but not to say that the deck's not going to be good, and not to say that it's not going to be played. If you play a Pioneer tournament, you best believe you're going to be playing blue-white control at least once or twice, you know? You would think.
I played against it once in the Classic.
Did you? Okay.
It's dropped down a little bit. It's now sort of like the 3rd most played deck, I would say,
Yep.
after Big Red and Mono Black Aggro.
Yep, I think that's exactly what Goldfish would say as well. All right, so we'll get ready for game 2. I'm going to be on the play, which is going to be a bit of an advantage. But Rob, you got any questions for us while we shuffle up?
I do. Corey, what do you think about Thassa's intervention in control decks and Azorius in particular?
That's the Wrath from the new one, right?
No, Thassa's intervention is X, blue, blue. Choose one. Look at top X cards of your library. Put up to 2 of them in your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. Or counter target spell unless its controller pays twice X.
I think it would have to replace like Absorb and stuff like that, where counter spells that really matter in the aggressive matchup. I think it's a little too clunky, but I could see like a 1 or a 2 of, but I wouldn't want to max out on that card.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It would solely be a singleton to me, and I don't even think it's good enough for that in Pioneer. Just a little too inefficient. I think that card will see play in Standard because that versatility is worthwhile. And there's, you know, these flash decks that want that kind of effect. But in Pioneer, it's just too inefficient in the early game, and not like you already have really good options to draw cards late. You're not even playing Revelation in this list.
Yeah,
you have Dig Through Time. You have the this new, what is it called again?
Which one?
I just keep thinking of it as Prognostics Mix. Yeah.
Do
you have Dreamweaver? Oh,
just think of the song.
Dreamweaver. I believe
it's not Dreamweaver, it's Dreamcrawler.
Okay,
we're renaming it. It's
Dreamweaver from now on, okay?
Dreamweaver.
So we take a peek at my hand. It is a little awkward, but we have enough lands that do things here. I think this is a close keep on the play.
I will keep my hands
great. Your turn.
I will play Elvish Mystic.
Alrighty. Okay, we're going to go with a island and pass to you.
I will play... Oh, no, this is how we want to do it. Probably going to get syncopated, but I will play Dryad of Elysian Grove.
That resolves.
Okay, I will play another land and play Elvish Mystic.
All right.
Pass the turn.
All right, end step, I'll opt.
That felt really good.
I'll keep this, and then I'll opt.
Yep.
I don't want this. Draw. Untap. Interesting. Okay. I think we're going to start our turn with an opt. I think I'll keep this as well, and then we're going to take 2 and pass to you.
So you're at 18?
Yep.
So once again, we could be seeing Syncopate, and we could be seeing, whatchamacallit?
Whatchamacallit is a possibility, I agree.
So many options. I hate that you're playing Supreme Verdict because I just want to cast my hand.
Go ahead. Nothing bad will ever happen.
But I have to like worry about all that nonsense.
Yeah.
So You could also have that card.
I could have that card. Yep. That's within my range.
Indeed it is. I will play a Cetacean Champion.
Okay, that resolves.
I will play 1 land for my turn.
Okay.
I will make 4 green.
Yep.
I will play a Corsair Crewfix floating a green.
Yep, that resolves.
So this gets a counter. This is revealed. I draw this card.
Okay.
Then I don't hit land because I'm very unlucky.
So unlucky.
And I will attack you for 2.
All right, I will take it. Go to 16.
You can go. Now I feel bad about how I played this turn.
End step opt. I do not want Azorius Charm. That card is so bad. And then I will cycle censor.
Yep.
I'll
No, I might
untap.
lose this game because of it.
No, I don't have it.
Oh, well, that means the game is very over.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. All right, I'll pass to you.
Draw this Eidolon.
Yep.
That's another Eidolon.
On top.
I do not have enough mana to cast Eidolon and then still activate Nykthos after it. So let's make 6 green.
Okay.
So we'll do it this way. So yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 floating.
Let me read Doomwake Giant again.
It's creatures you control get -1/-1.
Okay, gotcha. I'm going to absorb that. So I'll gain 3, go to 19.
Yep. And I have 2 green floating.
Yep.
Okay, I'll play Nissa.
Okay.
I didn't want to get it Dovin's vetoed last turn when you had 2 mana up, but then I put myself in a spot where I made Verdict really bad for me, but if I draw a land in the top 2, I can Nissa next turn.
Yeah.
Then I didn't hit the land and felt like I had just thrown everything away.
Yeah, I can see it.
So untapping a forest is irrelevant. So if you Verdict, I'd rather you Verdict the Llanowar Waste, I think.
Okay.
I think I'd actually rather you Verdict the Nykthos. I don't need a ton of extra mana.
Okay.
And I will attack with all of these creatures.
How much we got?
The cool part is if you Azorius Charm in an animated land when I have Corsair and stuff.
Yeah, that's spicy. Take 9. Right?
Yeah, it looks like 9 to me.
Okay, down to 10.
Fast a turn.
All right, well, I might just be dead.
Yeah. So last game you played 2 verdicts and lost. And this game you didn't have verdict on 4, so you lost.
I would feel, decent about this game if I could Teferi tuck Nissa and not die. Because then the next turn I can dig through time and hope to find a Supreme Verdict, and that seems like a decent way to get there. But
I have 11 power
to do that. All right, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's not going to do it. I guess I will have to dig through time to try to find something. All right, I got 6 cards.
So we need
a lot.
Fetid Heath of Bantu's Last Reckoning.
Oh, these are not going to be it. These are not going to be it. Okay, yep, you win. I mean, that was great. So, I mean, I was a little behind. If you didn't have Nissa that turn, I have the Dream Trawler. I could have gotten back to it if I could have played Teferi and tucked something, but you're just a little too fast.
You shocked on that turn, right? You just needed to not, if you didn't have a shock land there?
Yeah, and I shocked so I could opt plus cycle sensor, so I could double opt, actually.
Yeah, which you did need to do, right? You wanted to
I mean, I definitely needed to fill my yard.
If that's not a shock land, then you're at 12. I have 11 power exactly.
Yeah.
And so I would probably just put you to 2.
Yep.
And attack down the Teferi.
And 2 I would have been fine, because Dreamweaver's coming then. And
yeah, then you Verdict, then I replay a creature, then you play...
whatever Dreamweaver's actually called. We're gonna
Dream Render?
Yeah, whatever.
Then you play Dream Trawler.
Yeah.
Then you play Dream Trawler, and I just have some dopey creatures against a Dream Trawler.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it really came down to that Shockland.
It really did. That's kind of wild. Well, that was kind of a beating. Let's see if the sideboard will help, huh?
Yeah. It's one of those games that looks like a complete blowout, but was actually very close.
Yep, it really was. Yeah, it never seems like it with blue-white. That's why blue-white seems insane. It's like when you win, you dominate. You're like, this deck's so good. But when you lose, you get destroyed, but you move on so fast, you're like, yeah, I just didn't draw this. But it's like, yeah, that kind of just doesn't do that, you know?
Can't do it every time.
Exactly.
We are going to take a short break here, get some sideboarding done, and finish out this second match between Golgari Constellation and Azorius Control. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Versus Live. We are sideboarding here with unplayable control. Azorius control here and Golgari Constellation here. Can you tell I have a personal hatred for control decks?
Well, Azorius control hasn't won a match on Versus Live, I think, since you've been here.
I think so. We are cursed. Maybe we're just terrible control players. That's probably it. Because there's people that win things with it, so I'm told. But
I can only play control if it's the really hyper reactive, like all your threats have flash and you never have to tap out ever.
Sure.
If I have to tap out for planeswalkers and like pick my spots, forget about it.
Yeah, and see, like I loved like tap out control, like Wall of Omens, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Bane Slayer Angels. I like that kind of control.
That's just a mid range deck to me.
Basically,
and I can't play those.
That's why I liked it because I like mid range.
Jund, right?
Yeah, that's just blue white Jund. Yeah, 100%.
I liked the ones that were like 4 Augur of Bolus, 4 Snapcaster, 4 Restoration Angel, 3 Revelation, and counter spells and Azorius Charms.
That sounds nice. Yeah, I think that was a little in between my time. I stopped for a little bit and that was going on, but
it was like 2013.
I'm still not giving up hope on blue-white control. I'm going to get you here in this last game. I have a good feeling. I'm going to take out Azorius Charm just because a lot of your creatures I don't really want to put on top. They gain value when they come into play. So if I'm just 2-mana cycling here, it's not really what I want to be doing here. And then we're going to take out one Dreamweaver, we'll say. We're going to take out one Dreamweaver because I'm bringing in a couple Lyras, and I don't want to have...
We can reach the morning light.
I don't want to have like 5 giant creatures, so I think 4 is a pretty good number. Aether Gust feels pretty good against Nissa as well as some of your green creatures, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yep. And I'm going to be bringing out my Doomwick Giants in a matchup without creatures.
Yeah.
Bringing out my Burning Tree Emissaries in a matchup with Supreme Verdict.
Yep.
Don't need to be that explosive. And we've got some disruptive elements with Thoughtseize. I have 1 Assassin's Trophy that can handle Teferi, Lyra, Dream Trawler.
Oh, no, it can't. Nothing handles Dream Trawler.
I wish I had a second trophy on my sideboard instead of one of these ultimate prices. As another piece of interaction for this matchup, but instead I'm going to bring in 1 Reclamation Sage for the couple cast outs. Nissa was just so good in games 1 and 2. I want to make sure it stays on the battlefield, and I'm bringing in extra ones.
I like it.
Nissa Voices are the idea here is to try to be able to small ball you. So I have another threat that comes down underneath Supreme Verdict that stays after Supreme Verdict. And helps, my mana creatures and things that you're trying to ignore, become real threats. And Thoughtseize is obviously great.
Yeah, you just really want to plant your own threats,
Yes, you want to plant them in the ground and watch them grow.
Come on, he makes plants. Give me a pun alley-oop here.
I continued with the plant theme.
All right, I like it. Also, I don't think we have plants. That might be a problem.
We don't have plant tokens?
We don't have green-white plant. We don't have any Jeremys. Did Jeremy make you mad or something, man? You just didn't want to give him any camera time?
I don't even know. I don't know who looked through that deck. I don't even know if it's my fault or not.
That's fair. We won't blame
Probably
you.
was my fault. So.
Nah.
Jeremy's the plant token?
Yeah, I think so.
Jeremy's not our plant token.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to go first on this one, but can we get some questions from Rob before we start?
Yes, you can. So the first one, a green-black Elves list won a Pioneer, I believe it was PTQ at the Magic Fest in Austin. How do you feel about that deck in the format?
Did it? I didn't see the list. Did you?
Yeah.
I'll let you take this one then.
I did. I saw those lists. I tweeted them out.
Okay.
The Elves list was interesting. It's close to how I would build it. The one card that a lot of people play that I don't like in Elves is Quarter Calling.
Okay.
Most of your cheap creatures are mana creatures. It's good with Dwynen's Elite, but that's about it.
Oh, I'm still having flashbacks from the Aaron Barrett Quarter Calling deck. Please don't say that word. It's too soon.
It's basically another Steely Champion, beatdown deck.
Okay.
You've got a bunch of mana creatures. In this case, instead of Gilded Goose, your third one is Gnarlroot Trapper, which is an elf. It's actually a neat one because it gives attacking elves Death Touch. So helps your small ones attack in.
Yep.
You get to play Clangcaller, Dwynen's Elite. So Clangcaller is your lord. And then Steely Champion is an elf.
Okay.
And Shaman of the Pack, which is obviously great.
Shaman of the Pack is legal in Pioneer. Okay, I wasn't sure about that.
And that one's from Origins.
Okay.
And then Collected Company, they had 1 Dwynen itself, which is another lord. It's 2 green for a 3/4 legend. Has reach. When it attacks, you gain a life for each attacking elf, and your elves get +1/+1.
I like that as Collected Company has not been getting much love, and the standard banned company decks and stuff just aren't good enough in my opinion. So I like that we're getting some kind of Collected Company because that card is messed up, but nobody's playing it.
I'm a little worried. I agree, and this is a powerful Collected Company deck.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about elves for 2 reasons. One is Supreme Verdict, and one is Goblin Chain Whirler, which are staples of 2 of the top 3 decks in the format.
Is Chain Whirler always in the mono red
always.
decks, though?
Todd Anderson doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Most lists do have Chain Whirler. It's Todd who is really trying to push no Chain Whirler.
Yeah.
Although I think you can. He doesn't like it because of the mana. I think the mana's fine if you just play 26 lands.
Yeah.
Which with so many utility lands is easy because then you have 22 red sources, which is enough. But he ran into issues and doesn't like it. So,
sure.
But who am I to argue?
If elves were to become more prevalent, that's an easy switch that those decks are going to make. It's just Chain Whirler doesn't have great effect right now, besides like Young Peasy.
I think it's good against mono black aggro. I think it's good against Sultai Dredge, actually.
Yep.
You get a lot of their incidental 1/1s out of the
Good
way.
against Izzet Phoenix now that Thing in the Garbage is now in the garbage instead of in the nice. When Thing in the Ice is good, we call it Thing in the Nice. When Thing in the Ice is bad, it's Thing in the Garbage.
And even in the red mirrors, like up until you get to the point where Torbrins and other things are going down, it's it's a pretty reasonable body. It matches up well against Bone Crusher Giant and all the other smaller creatures. It's also excellent with Torbrin, so you can kill a lot of their stuff, and excellent with Soulscar Mage. So it has natural synergy with the deck.
Yeah, and with Torbin, you're just lightning bolting everything. That just feels so dirty.
Soulscar, you're putting -1/-1 counters instead. It's really good in the deck.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why people aren't playing that. It's just a powerful card.
Those cards worry me about elves. I think you're probably pretty good against the mono black decks. You're usually pretty good at playing some defense.
Yeah.
You're also just a pretty powerful deck. It wouldn't surprise me if that's just like a better version of the mono green deck.
Sure.
A better way to play Elvish Mystic and Steel Leaf Champion.
Yeah.
Is to just build around this tribal theme because Shaman of the Pack and Collecting Company is powerful.
It is.
And Dwining's Elite and Elvish Clankcaller are also very good cards.
Yeah, it feels like when you Collected Companied in the bound version, you got 2 Reflector Mages, your opponent's just like, well, this is game. If you get 2 Shaman of the Pack, that is actually game.
Or 2 Steel Leaf Champions.
Yeah.
10 power. Let's go.
Easy.
I think you could play Westvale Abbey in that deck. I think that's better than Nykthos as your utility land. A lot of the time in Modern, you play Nykthos because it plays well with Azuri.
Yeah.
You don't have Azuri and Pioneer, so I think Westvale Abbey is a little bit better.
Yeah, I like Westvale Abbey. It's a good magic card.
Got a bunch of 1-mana creatures. You've got Elvish Visionary that replaces itself. You've got Dwining's Elite that makes 2 bodies.
Yeah, I think I'd still play Mutavault, though, because it's an elf, too.
Oh, yeah, and you can play play Mutavault.
Yeah, and Castle Lockblin. That's probably pretty good, too. Rob, let's take one more question. That was a good one.
All right. Still kind of on to elves. Do you think that we might get to a point in Pioneer where the 1-mana elves are considered for the ban list?
I do. I think at least one of them. I think decks are okay with one elf, and now that when it was elf, goose, and another elf, it got a little scary. No, I don't think the elves are necessarily for sure ban worthy because there are ways to beat it. Chain Whirlers, shock effects, and I think that keeps the format pretty healthy when there's an aggressive elf deck like that. So I don't think there's a need to right now, but I think it's on the watch list. If we can have if there's a watch list and a thing that needs to be ban list, I think, one of the elves is on the watch list.
To me, the elves just seem like a staple of the format. For as long as Pioneer exists, your green decks are often going to start with 6 to 8 elves.
Yeah,
and that's a fine way to do it. We've gotten rid of the most degenerate things that you can do with them between Leyline and Oath to find Nykthos and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
and right now that the decks that play them they're not super oppressive at all, by any means. They're basically tier 2. So. I don't think we're there, and I think if we get to the point where those green decks are good again, it'll be some other card that hits the man list. It'll be Nykthos. It'll be whatever enabler they print.
It's like the elves are like the Mox Opal of Pioneers. They're just banning other cards, even though it's secretly them. So these sneaky elves are just like, haha, we dodged again.
people like to play their elves.
That's true.
And by people, I mean me.
Yeah, me too. All right, I'm going to keep this hand. It's not great, but here we go.
Hold the phone.
Hold the phone.
My hand is very not great.
All right. We might have a chance.
I think I would keep this hand on the play, but on the draw, I'm just going to fall too far behind, not doing anything for the first 2 turns.
Okay.
So I think I can aggressively mulligan. I have 10 accelerants because I think I'm playing 2 Wolf Willowhaven and the 8 elves.
Okay.
So I should be able to find one. That's about a coin flip.
The Wolf one is the 2-mana one, right? Okay, gotcha.
Then it makes a wolf.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, do you got one more question while he's shuffling?
Yeah, so about your blue-white control deck, are you still very much in the camp of blue-white is just the best way to build this deck, or do you think that maybe adding a third color just helps take care of its issues for you?
I could see a third color, and one thing that actually kind of gets me excited is Jeskai. I've just always been a big fan of Jeskai, and I feel like that might solve a couple of the problems. Now, I haven't sat down to really focus on a new control build because it's not usually my play style. But if I did, I think that's the first avenue I would try to do, just to be able to get like Rabble Master in the board to pivot, as well as burn spells to deal with aggressive elves like that have been beating me down now. So,
But how well Ultimate Price is positioned now, I would think you'd want to be Esper.
and that could be too. Yeah, that totally could be. Yeah.
Splashing a color for early removal, I think, is reasonable. You do just really appreciate buttery smooth mana in your control decks, though.
Yeah. So it's close.
This hand is solid. I'm going to take a slightly risky line and put this on the bottom. I think the game's going to go along that I'll just draw enough lands.
Bang. Well, they haven't gone long so far.
And there we go, getting paid off.
All right.
Start on Elves.
All right. Fortress, go.
Okay, which of these would I rather have syncopated? I think it is actually Nissa.
That resolves.
Interesting. Let's make a plant.
All right. Jeremy's in. All right, your go.
Okay. You didn't have syncopate, so I'm not going to play around it this turn. I'll try to get some value, maybe get this countered.
Okay, this time I got the absorb.
Okay, have the absorb for that. So you're at 23.
Yep.
And I'm just going to keep ticking this up. I don't think getting in 1 damage
Probably
is
not
worth
great.
it. And we'll play another Blooming Marsh.
All right. Well, untap. Draw. Not a bad draw. Not great. I think we'll just go land go.
It's an interesting one. Yeah, I'm going to play Eidolon of Blossoms.
That resolves.
I'll draw a card.
Okay. Oh, it went itself too?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Do I want to keep pumping this Nissa up and like threaten an ultimate? That really runs afoul of cast out.
Sure does.
Which I'm a little wary of. Think I'm just going to try to put some pressure on you. So let's minus.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack with everything that can.
The beatdowns?
For 4 damage.
All right, I'll take it. I'll go to 19.
You can go.
All right.
So now I have sizable pressure here and a Planeswalker. You do
no
have
more
the verdict.
pressure. All right, past you. No land drop is a little unfortunate, but got a little bit of a cleanup there, so we'll take it.
That sequence makes me wish I'd plus Nissa because Corey didn't have the cast out with his 4 mana.
That sequence made me pretty happy that he did not plus Nissa.
Would not be versus live if I didn't get punished.
Yeah, that's all right. I still just feel so far
I'm going to
behind.
play a Hydra for 3 and hope I hit something here.
All right. So you got to hit an enchantment or creature, right?
Non-land permanent.
Non-land
and I hit a
permanent,
Courser, so that's pretty cool.
Pretty strong.
These just shuffle in. That's what I thought.
Okay.
So we'll shuffle.
And you played a land already, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely wanted to get the Hydra down for 3.
Sure.
But insisting on asking that question makes me think you have a second verdict.
What? I was just saying if you got to play a land off Courser up the top.
Okay.
Nice.
Have a land on top. I'm just going to make a plant and pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to untap. All right. Didn't get the land again, but we have a second verdict. So let's get that out of there. Then I'll pass to you. Our hand is quite weird. It's a pretty standard blue-white control hand.
I don't have much going on.
All right.
Just that one turn of getting punished is probably going to cost me. I could have ultimated this turn if I hadn't -2'd.
Yeah.
Or
right.
ultimated next turn, right?
I got a Teferi?
No, I could have ultimated this turn for 6 cards.
Not bad, huh? Yeah, I was definitely hoping you did that. So, all right, I'll bounce. Go.
Now I feel like I have to... I don't think this Nissa's taking over the game by any stretch. You have 4 in hand?
I have 5.
5. Do I just hope you don't have a big Teferi or find an answer for this in 2 turns and I can go big with it?
Go big or go home.
Yep. Let's make a plant.
Okay.
Play an elf and play a tapped Overgrown Tomb.
Oh, I thought you... I thought you meant other Nissa. I was like, yeah, that might take over the game. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm not drawing a big Nissa.
All right, so we're going to go up, and we got a Lyra. Pass to you.
Yep. Things are not looking good.
Leave that Lyra alone. We might get a game. Yay!
And we're going to end up one turn short. So
Okay.
this game all just really hinged on me trying to play around cast out and getting maximally punished.
It kind of did. I'll take it.
So that'll bring you to 24.
Yep. And then I will pass to you.
Now I will minus this.
Just a lot.
Okay. I will play a Nissa.
Okay.
I will minus it.
All right. That could have worked better.
Yeah, I was hoping to get 2 counters, and then maybe we'd have something going, but and now I will play around a removal spell, because I'm certainly not winning this race anyway.
Sure.
So let's send these 3 at the Teferi, and then this plant at you.
Okay, I will take one.
Brings you to 23.
Yep.
And I've just got another land.
Alrighty.
Genesis Hydra would be good.
That would be pretty solid. We did not hit the land that we wanted, but we'll get that out of there.
You go to
28. And then we're going to go with a... I'm going to go with an opt, I think. Yep. All right, we'll keep that. Wanted a land, and then pass to you.
I think we're getting Dream Troll next turn.
Oh, God, I wish. I just want to see that card on Versus Live here.
At least you called it the right thing that time.
Yeah, yeah. No, he said Dream Trolled. It's
Dream Trawler. Or, I'm getting Dream, yeah. I turned it into a...
He didn't say your dream was getting weaved or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Dream
Yeah, I think we're
Weaver.
gonna owe Journey some money after this performance.
That's not a Journey song, is it?
Is it? Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Dreamweaver? That's a Journey song.
Look this up.
Sure.
I think it's some no-name band.
What? No name band comes up with a song that beautiful and iconic.
That sounds to me like a song that was labeled as a Journey song on LimeWire in 2002.
Yeah, I did use LimeWire in 2002. So.
Gary Wright? Maybe that's the first thing that comes up.
Oh.
I think that's correct.
Journey remixed it.
Idle Blossoms.
All right, we'll absorb
Yeah,
that.
I figured that was getting countered.
All right, so I'm
Maybe
at
I should've held
31.
that. Yeah, attack you for 6.
All right, 25.
You can go.
All right, we'll untap. Yeah, we'll give you the beatdowns.
15 to 30.
We love those numbers. All right, it's time.
Dreamweaver.
Trawler. Your turn.
It peaked at number 2 on the Billboard charts
Really?
as a single, yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it is a beautiful song,
It is a beautiful song, I have to agree.
but Weaving Dreams.
It's going to be a beautiful card this game, too.
Yeah. Oh my God, I should have waited on that. If you would have just tapped out for Trawler, I would have been able to draw a bunch of cards this turn.
Oh, no.
Stress the Testing Champion.
Yeah.
I would have run 2 off this.
Yeah. Still probably safe to play because I don't think I'm going to be wrathing anytime soon.
Yeah.
My board is pretty solid.
And then I would have had 5 Devotion with 3 lands up.
Yeah, that would have been all right.
Instead, this just does nothing.
Hey, 3 mana.
I'm definitely going to resolve it. Can't attack.
All right, so I'm going to draw. That's going to get pumped.
Keep track of those.
Yeah. All right, we're going to attack, draw a card.
So that's 10.
10.
Is it a 5? And you gain 10 to 40?
Yeah, just a 40. All right. You know what? Let's mix it up. Let's try a Dream Trawler. Your turn. I'll take 2. Why not?
You're 38.
38.
Okay, what can I hit?
It's 38 to 5, right? That's
Yes.
what I said.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dreams are trawling. My hand is just absolute gas as well.
I don't think there's anything I can hit, but let's do it anyway.
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
10 mana. 8/8.
Okay.
I need Hornet Queen. That's what I needed.
Oh, that would be good.
Oh my God, these would have been the 2 I drew.
Oh, wow.
I might have been able. I don't know. Still don't think I would have won, but I would have done cool things.
That's true.
I would have needed something like Crater Hoof or something like that to.
Regardless, you're not allowed to concede. I want to see this draw step
Yeah.
next turn. See how much I can attack you
So
for.
this is for 8.
Okay.
And I guess we will. Let's take the Farika since that can go crazy with this.
Okay.
even though I won't get to. I also have 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's online. It doesn't
Okay.
fly.
Sure.
It's online.
I think it's reasonable.
So we'll get a counter there. We'll draw off the Testing Champion.
Okay.
And you can go.
I'm gonna dig through time.
As if you're not winning enough.
Hey, you gotta play tight, man. You gotta keep the play tight. All right. Oh, game loss. I drew 8 cards.
Playing tight.
GG. Okay, we're going to get this Gust. We're going to get this Dig Through Time. We're going to reveal. Just because.
Just to flex.
Just to flex. All right, we're going to draw. These get pumped. We're going to start with an opt. Bottom that. Draw. Those get pumped. Now we're going to attack. Draw 2 cards. All right. Well, let's. I'm gonna Aether Gust this. I'm gonna Aether Gust this. I'm gonna Aether Gust this. All right, and yeah, take 14, 19.
Okay, brings you to 57, and need a negative 14.
All right, we got a game.
So the small ball plan looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because you have these big threats that actually just go over the top.
Yeah.
You're not just, winning with Castle Ardenvale after dealing with everything.
Yeah.
So the small ball plan seems bad. What I should be doing is just have some more answers to your big threats, and then using my Constellation cards to grind out your removal.
And Lyra is one thing that it's kind of easy to have an answer to, but Dream Trawler, I don't know how you were going to beat that except for just your creatures going way over the top. I mean,
Just
your
need
Nissa looks
need more
good.
trophies.
Yeah. Well, no, that doesn't kill that.
Why not?
Dream Trawler, you just discard a card against hexproof.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you just can't kill that card. That's why it seems really tough. Like, if you could kill this card in any regard, it wouldn't be good. But being able to just discard a card and not commit any mana just makes it so, like, how do you kill this card,
Need Hornet Queen, I guess?
I guess. And then I can't really attack. Like, if your board's better, I can't really attack, and it's just going to hold off while I, set up Dig or whatever. But Dream Trawler seems really good to me. It's probably supposed to be a 2 of. And who knows? Maybe it's not even good. Maybe Gearhulk's still better. But who knows?
No, I mean, those are the cards that won the game, is being able to go over the top. I don't think control decks are able to play that pure control, grind you out. You need to be let's stop you for the first 5 turns of the game and land a really important threat, whether it be Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Dream Trawler, Lyra Dawnbringer in the right matchups.
And so far, Teferi hasn't impressed me in Pioneer, anywhere near like it has in Standard, or even Modern for a while before, Urza and Oko took over. Like, Jeskai control with Teferi in that it looked a lot better with fetch lands and stuff, so the mana was good. But Teferi hasn't been something that super excites me in Pioneer.
I mean, it's still good.
It's still a good Magic card, yeah, of course. But it was the best card for so long,
Yeah, it's the single best card.
Exactly, but it just doesn't feel like the decks that are being played now are that easy to manipulate. Like, there were not Mutabolts, there was not all these mono black cards that just are so good at dealing with Planeswalkers and stuff. There weren't these huge green cards that go way over the top, like Hydroid Krasis or Nissa or anything. So I just think it's a different, much scarier world for our Hero of Dominaria.
Agreed. And you got to do a lot of work. The Supreme Verdict certainly helps.
Yeah,
that curve is nice.
That
you clear the battlefield.
Yeah.
Try to mop up the rest with Teferi.
That's one of the top 10 cards in Pioneer right now for sure. But not Teferi.
It's the reason that Azorius is the default control deck.
Exactly.
It's just Supreme Verdict.
But, we do have a new white Wrath of God from the new set. Maybe blue-white is not what it has to be anymore. Maybe we'll see some different control decks pop up. Another 4-mana Wrath. Pretty good.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Awkward that it's in, I guess not awkward, but obviously it's going to be in white, but like, you think your control deck is going to play blue if it plays white.
You would think so, yeah. But, there has been good control decks in the past that haven't been white. Like Mardu, even like Mardu Pyromancer, I feel was a solid control deck. That did not really feel like an aggro deck or anything. So, in a style of deck like that, maybe, or something, I still can't, so nothing pops to mind like right away, like, oh yes, white, black control, like, doesn't seem great to me either. But once again, I am not exactly a control mage. I enjoy turning my creatures sideways and backing them up with counterspells, not just the counterspell part,
You let the rest of BCW handle the control side of things.
Exactly.
If it's really busted, then maybe you'll...
Yeah, you lunatics can do that. I'll do some beatdowns, okay?
Agreed. I'm with you on the beatdown.
All right, perfect.
Okay, that is going to do us for round 2. We are going to take, a 7-minute break, Rob? Is that what we need?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to take 7 minutes here, and we are going to set up our third and final match of the day.
This one's going to be spicy.
Yes. I'm going to be playing an updated version of the Sultai Dredge deck that I took to second place in the Classic last weekend. This plays Timuret Calls the Dead. I've been writing about this card for a while, writing about graveyard decks, actually.
Yeah.
And I wrote about Timuret Calls the Dead specifically a couple weeks ago. Wrote about Sultai Dredge today, so you can read all about that on StarCityGames.com. And Corey has the spiciest deck of the day. Why don't you tell him
Absolutely.
about it?
And one other thing on the Dredgeless Dredge, my Dropping Bombs will be coming out tomorrow, where I'm also playing that. So if you want to read about the gameplay and why to play it, check out Ross's article. If you want to see a little bit of it in action tomorrow, before you make that pull to maybe buy the deck, there's 2 good resources coming out today and tomorrow for Dredgeless Dredge there.
That's what we call teamwork.
Boom. Dang right. I think the deck's the real deal. That's for sure. I'm going to be bringing you 5-color Niv Mizzet Bring to Light with the new Dryad of Elysion or whatever.
Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Nice. Crushed it. Also, I get to play so many fun new multicolored cards. We got Uro as the blue-green as the Simic card. We got Pelucranos as the Golgari cards. I put an Ashiok in there for Dimir. We got all kinds of spice from the new set, as well as just, I think, the Dryad of Elysi, whatever.
Elysian Grove.
This set is going to be the end of me. You know that, right? Like, there's so many words in all these, and I usually get the words wrong when it's a 2-word thing. So now that it's 4 words in each card, I'm just destined for failure. So thanks.
You'll make it.
Thanks, Play Design. Appreciate it.
Stay strong.
We're going to need you to help on with that. But I really think that card in the Bring to Light shell is going to be awesome, or it's going to be a bust. There's only one way to find out, and that's to stay tuned.